onto and get it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you could really go back and watch all of them. Boy. That is the most peculiar sound. They just want us to have fart noises on this. So this is the fart podcast.
It's your fart side. A side we all hide from ourselves. But
Silent but deadly.
Up, the phone lines are ringing. A TV show that is on the WB is called iZombie. And it's Rob Thomas, not the lead singer from
Matchbox 20.
But
and
the producer. Go ahead.
The producer. And this girl looks hot from the iZombie.
Did you see her before pictures? Or no, you just saw the after? As a zombie.
After.
Well, I don't keep him hanging. Rob, thank you so much for joining us today. It is an honor to have you on the show.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Now, quick question. You've done so many different TV shows, and what is the last one you did? I know it's a famous one that was on TV for a while. What was it called?
We had Veronica Mars.
Wow, Veronica Mars. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. Yeah, yes. I loved it. Now, what made you pick iZombie? What made you go in that direction? Why?
The head of development at Warner Brothers made me do it. I was in the middle of editing the Veronica Mars movie, and I was not looking to do another project. I was way too busy. But she took the comic book and put it in front of me and said, this girl is the next great CW lead. We need the next big female hero on the CW, and this is it. And then she wouldn't take no for an answer, and eventually I got around to actually reading the comic book and seeing what she meant. And yeah, I'm glad that I jumped on it because it's been a very cool run for the show.
Yeah, it was a short-run comic book, but it was great. Now, I've got so many questions. I don't know where to begin because I am a nerd. I'm a big geek. And so when I heard this, I was like, I'm going to go this way. Because you actually are coming after Flash, the Flash TV series.
Yeah, they gave us the great slot on the CW schedule.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so the comic book is actually set, it's in Oregon, okay? And she is a gravedigger. From what I found out in the show, she does. What does she do? She works at a morgue.
She works in the police morgue.
Wow.
Because in the comic book, she would dig up graves and she would eat the brains of the deceased and gain their memories.
Mm-hmm.
But because we wanted to do a murder case every week, it made sense for us to put her in a police morgue in a big city where there would be a continual run of bodies whose brains she could eat and cases she could solve.
Now, Rob, did you come up with that yourself?
Yeah, I wrote it with Diane Ruggiero Wright, who's the other co-creator, and the two of us did it.
Oh my God! When I was reading this and I was watching I'm blown away. It's great freaking idea. And you have my word, Rob. I'm going to promote this show as much as possible. I have to. I'm going to be broadcasting live for Comic-Con, and are you going to be there by chance? Are you guys going to be there?
I'm sure we will be, yeah.
You're going to probably see me. I'm going to be broadcasting live. My other show I have to do there. I'm going to get yelled at against my boss. He goes, stop talking about this, do the regular stuff. Okay, now the stars, what made you go out and pick these particular stars for the show?
All of them came in with great auditions. While they're all experienced actors, they've all been on shows and had big parts on shows. For most of them, this is their first big thing. The actress that we chose for our main zombie,
Liv.
She's a New Zealand actress named Rose McIver.
Mm-hmm.
She played Tinkerbell on Once Upon a Time, and then had a long run on Masters of Sex.
Now, if everybody's just turning in, we're talking about iZombie, a new TV show that's coming to the CW.
After the Flash.
After the Flash. Talk about a great run-in. And I'm talking to Rob Thomas, and not the lead singer of Matchbox 20. He is the creator producer of iZombie, and you've done a lot of stuff. What else have you worked on besides iZombie? What are the other things? I know we got Veronica Mars, but what else?
Also had a show called Party Down. It was a bit of a cult favorite on the Stars Network.
Mm-hmm. And what else you got working out? Do you have anything up your sleeve right now that you're working out besides iZombie, or is this completely taking everything of your time?
This is taking most of my time. I got a couple other projects that I'm working on now. These are the only ones that are shooting at the time.
Oh, the only ones are shooting right at the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the whole premise about iZombie is, and I'm going to do this again because people forget. She is a zombie, regular girl that dies, and she tries to keep her life going as much as possible without her boyfriend actually really knowing. And to survive, she has to eat brains of the undead. And in the comic book, it was like once a month. How often does she have to eat brains on the show?
She eats a new brain every episode. We figure that's probably every couple weeks. And if she keeps eating brains, she stays kind of normal. She's a regular functioning being. She can get about her day. If she stops eating brains, she turns into kind of what you'd think of as the traditional George Romero zombie, where she would start slowing down and parts of her body would start falling off.
Okay, and has I don't want to give away too much, but do we ever see that where she's like, oh my God, I forgot to take my pill or my meal, and then she starts to zombitize a little bit?
We see her when she starts getting fidgety and starts to feel like we see one of her friends who got turned into a zombie degenerate into a full-on flesh-falling-off zombie. So we see examples of what happens if she doesn't keep eating brains.
Okay, all right. And then her boss knows about everything that's going on with her, correct?
Yeah, her boss is a former CDC, Center for Disease Control researcher, and he thinks he's found like the great scientific discovery of his age. He's thrilled to have a zombie in the morgue with him.
Rob, I'm excited about this. Can you tell how pumped up I am you're on this morning?
I can. I'm so pleased.
I'm so pumped up about this. You hit okay, listen, there's people that meet in the world, and I think this was a perfect fit. You have no idea. Now, is there any insight you can tell me, something you cut out that you wanted to go in a certain direction, but you cut it out because either, oh man, it's too graphic, or you wanted to go in a certain direction, something that you wanted, but they're not going to let you have? Is there something like that?
Well, it's been such a great year on the show. The studio and network have been on the same page as us. And that's so tough to get on a first-year show. But my biggest issues have been with broadcast standards and practices, and we just get the craziest notes. Things that we're always trying to wrap our heads around. Like in one of these last episodes, I needed one of our male characters to relieve himself because he was trapped in a freezer and he wanted to create an icy patch. But we were told we couldn't show him unzipping his fly. We couldn't hear the sound of urine hitting the floor. And then we couldn't even show the look of relief on his face. I'm like, how can I can't show the look of relief.
And they have they seen The Walking Dead at all? I mean, this is night and day, man.
They're on cable network, and it's one reason, we are not trying to out Walking Dead, The Walking Dead. They are a violent, bloody show, and we have some violence and we have some blood, but we're nowhere near that level. I would say the closest comparison is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We're more Buffy than Walking Dead.
Well, you said Buffy, you had me again. I told you I'm a fanboy. I'm a nerd. I act cool in my regular show, but I just love it. Okay, iZombie.
One thing I can tell you that you might excite you if you're a fan of the comic book is that Mike Allred, the artist who did the original iZombie comic book, does our main title sequence.
Oh, wow.
All drawn in his style, and it's beautiful. It is such a gorgeous main title sequence. So fans of the comic book, I think, will really dig that.
Well, I'm excited. iZombie is going to be on tonight, following The Flash, which everybody already watches. And do you have a Facebook or following or some Twitter that people can follow you on?
My Twitter handle is @RobThomas. I beat the singer to that to that territory, so I am just simply @RobThomas.
You should get Matchbox 20, and then you'll be set.
Matchbox that would really 20. Piss him off.
Rob Thomas, thank you. Rob Thomas, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. Good luck with iZombie. If you need anything, please contact me back. If you want to get celebrities or stars on from the show, I would die to have them in a second, okay? But I will keep...
All right. Well, thank you so much.
And you'll be seeing me following you on Twitter and how much I push about you. You're going to go, God, Fonseca is the coolest guy in the world. Thanks for joining us.
That is awesome.
Thanks for joining and good luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care, Rob.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Rob Thomas!
Rob Thomas!
Rob Thomas, zombie.
You know what he told me, Rob Thomas?
That he's Rob Zombie?
Nah, before this whole thing, he said, I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell.
Unwell.
Yeah.
I was making it dead because he's doing a zombie thing.
I'm sure he was. So can you do an impersonation of Rob Thomas now?
Hey, I work in movies. I'm really cool. And I did a Kickstarter and got a sequel to the Veronica Mars movie done.
He was actually working on the movie. He heard about that, right?
Oh, wow.
And he had to stop because his bosses said, you work on this iZombie. So iZombie TV show, have you been watching it?
No.
Oh, should I ruin it for you or no?
Go ahead.
She got scratched, turned into a zombie. She's hot.
Yeah, and she's dead.
I find her more attractive as the zombie than I do.
When she was normal.
Right, yeah. It's weird. I like the white hair. I like goth girls. You remember my ex-girlfriends? They're all goth, kind of.
Yeah.
They're all, Matt, Mike, I took Aaron and sacrificed him and stole his blood and gave it to Saul.
Well, I also have an affinity for goth girls, but a particular kind, the ones that are baristas.
What is a barista? Define.
They make the coffee at the coffee places, Starbucks, Pete's, you name it.
But when they make it for you, they go, I really don't care about this coffee. Just take it and go. You want to go out with me? You can cut me.
That's what I love. I love it.
I spit in your coffee. My name's Jebediah. I am the high priestess of Salu. I live for you. Did you want that with some sugar and milk, or what's up?
I'm looking for a girl named Jebediah, so wherever you can steer me for that, I'll go to Utah for that, I think.
All right. All right. The Flash is on the WB also.
Yes.
And last week, Anna Maria and I, her comic corner, she is the unbelievable. She knows so much about comics. And if she said, of course, if anybody who's listening, if she did mess up, she says she apologizes. She tries to keep everything in order, but she's pretty good at that because all the comics go. She was telling us how much The Flash compares to the comic book. And I can't say too much because, Mike, you still haven't watched the final episode, huh?
I'm up to the Weather Wizard. And
Weathermaster.
Weathermaster.
There you go.
And
wow, we can really tell he's up to date with this.
And Reverse Flash presented himself. And
Zoom. His real name's Zoom.
He didn't say Zoom yet.
Okay.
On it.
It'll come.
Okay.
It's not Boom Boom. It's Zoom.
Okay, Zoom. Boom, boom, Washington.
Yeah, and so where did you come? Where are you in the middle of the Flash?
Well, thanks to Hulu, I'm so up to date. No, because Hulu's really trying to get people to go to Hulu Plus, which I will not do because they still have commercials even though you're paying for it.
That doesn't make sense. But they make double the money on you, I guess.
Yes. Anyway, Flash. So that's what the last thing I saw, he was going back and forth along that coastline trying to make the tidal wave dissipate. And then he went back in time and he saw himself. I'm hoping they reversed the whole thing because they killed off Cisco and stuff.
Well, we know exactly what happened, and I can't say anything to him. And we had so many spoilers in the last show.
Why don't you then edit that part where you're actually spoiling it and put it right here, and I won't hear, or I'll cover my head while.
Well, everybody already knows. Everybody already knows that he. Well, only thing you got to know is if you change time, it doesn't work right. We talked about last week, so.
See, that's like a typical thing in Doctor Who. If there's a fixed point in time and you can't change it.
You're not supposed to change time. There's a purpose why things happen. There's a purpose why you're ugly and I'm good looking. If we change that, life would be destroyed.
Marty, let me get you a chalkboard and I'll show you what's happening. This is your timeline, and this is Biff's timeline in Vegas. Okie doke.
And I'm glad you brought that up again because we do have hoverboards. Universal, thank you, Universal Music and Universal Movies has sent us 25 hoverboards because it is the year 2015 and it's October 22nd. I believe he goes to the future or the back. I'll find out the exact date. I forgot. But he goes to, I think it's November. I forgot. But I know this is the year that Michael J.
I think it's November, too.
It's November. He goes to the 2015 to save his kids, who for some reason look exactly like him. His daughter was butt ugly. Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly's daughter.
Oh.
Well, the hoverboard, and they were releasing them. You get them for a limited time, the hoverboards.
That's because it was him.
Yeah, I know. Really?
I'm so fast.
Jesus Christ.
If I was any faster, I'd go back in time.
But don't change anything. You'll ruin everything.
I got to go back in time and make that joke again.
Yeah, okay, Cisco. I wish he would die.
I love Cisco.
But if you want to enter to win a hoverboard real fast, go to our front page on yournerdside.com. We're going to give you a secret word that you have to tell us. Give it to you at the end of the show. You have to listen to the whole show. email it to us, and you're going to be in for winning a hoverboard.
That's fun. The whole family would love